Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'll show you how you can make a very powerful inverter based on the TL494 IC. The TL494 is a very versatile passive modulation IC which can be used in many switch mode power supplies and projects. It can be operated either as a PWM driver or as a push-pull driver. So in this case, for an inverter, I'll be operating it as a push-pull driver. So the complete circuit schematics is shown. So this is the IC. All the pinouts and connections are shown. So for the power supply, you need a 12 volts battery. There is also an input filtering capacitor. So let's start by the connections. So connect both the non-inverting terminals of the two internal air amplifiers, which is pin 1 and 16 to ground, and the inverting terminals to the reference 5 volts generated by the reference pin 4. So connect the FinPack pin 3 to ground through a 10 kilo ohm resistor shown, as well as the daytime control pin 4 to ground. So when the FinPack pin is low, both the outputs are enabled, and also when the daytime pin is pulled low, the daytime is configured to its minimum amount of time. This will ensure that the output PWM is at its maximum of about 97% combined, or about 48% for both of the output transistors. So the frequency of the output is determined by the formula shown, 1 over 2 RT CT, with RT being this R3 and CT being C2. When the values of both the parameters are 100 nanofarads and 100 kilo ohms respectively, the output frequency is about 50 Hz, which is designed for most appliances. If you want 60 Hz, just modify the parameters of either RT or CT using the formula shown. So connect ground pin 7 to ground. Pin 8 is the open collector, as well as pin 11. The open emitters pin 10 and 9 will be used to drive the power MOSFETs. So the open collectors pin 8 and 11 are pulled up to 5 volts through the current limiting resistors, which are 560 ohms. So the TL494 can sink or source a maximum of 200 milliamps, but this just ensures that it outputs less than 100 milliamps, which is more than enough to drive MOSFETs. So all the other connections are shown. Also connect the output control pin 13 to 5 volts, which will configure the output transistors to operate in the push-pull topology, and pin 12 with the VCC, which should be connected to 12 volts. If you intend to use more than 15 volts, I recommend you include Zener diodes across the gate and source of each of the MOSFETs, rated at least 12 volts and half a watt. So for the power MOSFETs, the IRF 3205, they have a high current handling capacity of 100 amperes, as well as a decent drain source voltage rating of 55 volts. They are extensively used in power inverters, and they will surface in this project. So for the transformer, the transformation ratio is about 1:20. The primary, in my case, it's 15 turns for each half, and 300 turns for the secondary. So there's also some voltage snubber network, which basically shorts any voltage spikes generated when the power MOSFETs turn off across the primary winding. This will ensure that the MOSFETs are protected from excessive voltage, as well as ensuring that the output on the secondary side does not spike too much to damage any appliance. So the VCC for the center tap is the 12 volts. You can use any voltage from about 10.5 to 15 volts. Although since there is no feedback, the output will slightly vary depending on the turns ratio and the load on the secondary. The transformer uses one with the center tap primary and with the one secondary. Use it back to back, or you can modify a micro-revolving transformer to work in this case. So the way this works is, when the first transistor turns on, current will flow from the VCC through the transistor and to the emitter pin 9 and turn on Q1. So when Q1 conducts, current will flow from the 12 volts rail through the lower half primary winding through the MOSFET and to ground. So this makes the first half cycle of the inverter. So when the first transistor turns off and the second transistor conducts, current will flow through it and turn on the second MOSFET. So current will flow from the 12 volts rail through the upper primary winding through the MOSFET and to ground. This completes the one cycle of the inverter, and so the process will continue 50 times per second depending on the frequency set by the timing resistant capacitors. So on your secondary, you have your designed 240 volts or 120 volts depending on the transformer and the transformation ratio that you'll be using. So in case you're interested in the PCB, it looks as shown. So here is the battery, the input capacitor, the IC and its biasing circuitry. These are the power MOSFETs, and here you will connect your transformer, the center tap and each one of the primary winding. So this is the final design build, how it will look like. It's a very tiny, neat and compact PCB. So and basically this completes the end of my tutorial. So with that being said, please don't forget to drop a like and comment, and thanks for watching. And also don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell to get updated immediately when I upload new videos. I wish you a nice time, and I'll see you in the next episode.